Hi everyone, Conversations with Susanne. We're back again. Dr. Brian Smuk, neurological chiropractor, and I today are going to talk about how to get your brain and your body really out of your computer, because most of us are staring at a computer way too long, and this is affecting our lives in ways we don't even understand, like posture, sleep, vision, yeah, all kinds of things to do with the brain. So Brian, what is our routine?
Well, we've talked about a lot of these things before. Well, not this exact thing, but we talked about all the dangers, all the damage, and we talked about kind of some of the things you can do. But I'm gonna actually just make this completely practical, something a little different today.
Okay.
Instead of just conversation back and forth, we're gonna actually give you something to do that's actually really, I'll say, stupidly simple, yet will pay big dividends.
Okay,
and
excellent.
Most people notice that with the number of people, the people I've been doing this with, they notice some changes pretty quickly in a lot of ways. So we're just going to kind of go very practically through that. So we really want to try to pick you up out of your seated posture, your that hunched over the computer, kind of locked in there, because we know spinal extensors they just start to shut down. Your eyes get locked into a certain convergence distance. Your focus gets locked in as well. So we want to pull all of those things out, and by pulling them out, we'll actually trigger and stimulate spinal extensors. We'll trigger better vision, and just moving the eyes in a certain way will actually trigger some of those spinal extensors without having to do. Again, like I said, it's going to seem kind of stupidly simple.
But this is good for kids, because
Absolutely.
Kids who are doing homeschooling are having a lot of trauma surrounding that and losing focus and losing interest. So this would help them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you don't have to, you don't have to set time aside. This is something, as you'll see, it's going to be something you can do in 10 or 20 seconds and have some degree of payback.
Okay.
Really, really easy. So first thing we're going to do is simply, ideally, if you were sitting at your desk, you're just simply going to sort of sit up a little bit, and all we're going to have you do is simply pick a spot on the far side of the wall.
Okay.
So you want to look at something relatively far away, and all you're going to do is nod your head down, keeping your eyes on the spot on the wall. Pause at the bottom, come back just to middle. Don't tip your head up. Then we're just going to go back down to here. No, eyes on the spot.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Eyes on the spot. Eyes stay on the spot. Head comes back to neutral, and repeat again. So it's slow and steady, and then back to center. Slow and steady. Little pause at the bottom. Back to center. And you can go you can tip your head down as far as your normal range allows you. So you'll see some kids, they'll have their chin on their chest, and they'll be quite comfortable looking through the top of their eye sockets, no problem.
I was going to say that if I kind of could look over my glasses.
With your glasses, yeah.
Yeah. So that's allowed.
Perfect. Now we're going to end right there, stop right there. And now part two of this is we're going to simply put both hands out in front, thumbs up just a little bit. No, don't clasp them, because one needs to move. So now you're going to bring your focus to the fingers.
Okay.
And then you're going to, this one is called the trombone, and we're going to play the trombone. So eyes stay focused on this thumb right here, and you're just going to bring this into about the crook of your elbow. Okay. And now your eyes are there, and they're about eye level as well. They're not way down here. That doesn't do us any good, because that's where all that other stuff is. We want an eye level, focus there, and now you're simply going to keep your focus on your thumb, bring it right back out. And then you're going to pull it back in again, slide that trombone in, brief pause, slide it back out. 4 or 5 like that, and then we're going to bring it back in again, and we're going to keep it right here. And now we're going to take your eyes, and we're going to go from here, and we're going to go to here. Okay. And you're going to stay there just long enough to focus, and then jump back here, back to here, and then out to that piece on the wall that you focused on before, way out there. Back to here, back to here, back to here, out to the far wall, all the way into here, 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 out to the wall, back to here, 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 and now we're going to slide the trombone back to here, and then you can break the gaze. That is as hard as it gets.
Okay. Now, I've done similar type of exercise. There's kind of yoga eye exercises, and it's to improve vision. So will this actually improve your vision?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep, you'll see this exercise in many of the vision improvement books from a vision standpoint. What they don't normally do in those vision books, though, is add any sort of head movement, because we're really trying to unlock for we'll call it the yes exercise.
Yeah.
In that exercise, we're trying to unlock your eyes from your head, just like with the eye movement exercise. It's more important to get the movement than the vision piece, but it'll affect both. We're really looking for getting the movement of the eyes, close to far away, further away, back to close, far away, further away. Because you've been, again, sitting at the computer all day, you get locked in there, one focal length. Your eyes are kind of moving.
One distance.
And they're only moving a little bit back and forth too, but they're just focused on that, 2 feet away. Mm-hmm. So we're going to just get them moving. So yes, does it affect the lens and your vision piece? Absolutely.
And then how does it affect the brain? Does it affect the brain as well?
Yes, because when you start moving the focal length, you start getting convergence and divergence. Okay. And making that happen, again, it's this. If you think reading on a screen, it's together and it's bop, 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 bop. We're actually doing this convergence. That's kind of the magic of convergence and divergence. That's controlled by a certain part of the brain way back here. Same with the eye movement going up. Vertical eye movements stimulate spinal extensor muscles.
Okay.
And the convergence muscles stimulate something back there as well.
So so today I was on my computer and I was doing my head forward thing. Yep. So what am I doing to these muscles when I do that head forward thing? I'm tightening them up, or
They tighten up because you're now making them longer but held in that position.
Right,
so you've got tension in that slouch position.
Right.
So we want to, so they're in, because you're sitting, those muscles are really lazy. So when you sit long enough, they just start to go to sleep and you just kind of fall forward.
Yeah. So sometimes I do fall asleep at my desk, especially when I'm writing. I'm like, this is really boring.
Well, and again, that's the eyes down thing. Eyes going down is very, we'll say, down regulating, whereas eyes up is very energizing.
Okay, interesting too. So you could actually use that as a way to sort of, if you are getting sleepy and tired, you could actually stimulate yourself by
getting the eyes up, getting the eyes moving further away, back and forth.
Okay.
And it's important at each stop on tromboning and the jumping back and forth that you stay there long enough that you do get focus.
Okay.
You do see your nail bed clearly, and whatever you've got that you're choosing further away.
So how about if you're nearsighted, like to see your thumb it's all blurry? Is that okay?
Or go a little bit further away.
Just go a little further away. Okay. No, because I have some people that can't even see their food, because it's so blurry. Yeah. So you want to actually see it clear.
Yes, we want good focus, because that helps the convergence. If you start to get blurry, your eyes actually start jumping around a little bit. So we don't want that. We want nice solid.
And if you have macular degeneration, this is going to help, or it's not sure. Okay.
Not going to say.
Yeah. Okay.
Not my department.
Because some of those yoga exercises, they do say that you can cure macular degeneration by doing these eye exercises.
Yeah, and you'll see that in all the vision improvement books and tapes too. Mm-hmm. They'll talk about all sorts of eye maladies and named diseases and things. Mm-hmm. But really, what we're after is simply upregulating your postural centers.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
With some simple movements. So let's go through that whole routine again, kind of full speed. So you're on your computer, blah, blah, blah. You wake up and you say, oh, I really need to stand up or move because I've been here for 6 hours. Great. You're going to sit up straight. You're going to look at the wall, pick a spot on the wall, and you're simply going to do the yes, yes. Yes, I love this exercise. And think about 5 reps or so. Again, simple but powerful. And if you think about the muscles we're using, they're really, really tiny, so we don't need to overdo it. Good, and back to center. And now the hands come out, hands both eye level and far away. So focus on one thumb, and it comes into about the crook of your elbow or wherever it gets blurry. Mm-hmm. Let's just lift that up a little bit, so it's also in line with your spot on the wall, way far away. So you're just going to trombone it in a few times, in and out nice and slow.
Keeping my eye on.
Keeping your eye on it. This is not a race. There's no points for speed, and we're not going to, over time, we're not going to try to go faster. Mm-hmm. Slow and smooth, because we're looking just to keep focus there. Mm-hmm. Keep our brain involved. And then from there, you can bring it in, about the crook of the elbow, and now you've got 3 spots to jump back and forth to. Again, you'll see this particular exercise in lots of vision improvement, lots of neurologic books, tape seminars too. So it's just in, middle, farther, back to middle, out to far. You can pick your pattern. It doesn't have to be exactly what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is you've hit a few spots back and forth a few times. And again, not overdoing it. If for some reason you do find doing any of these, you start to get either a bit of dizziness or a bit of nausea, then you probably have some other trouble that needs fixed first.
And so you need to come and see
Yep.
you.
Or somebody like me.
Or somebody like you. Okay.
Maybe you're halfway across the world.
Exactly. Could be.
Yeah,
All right.
That basically tells you that just doing these little bits is too much for your brain to handle.
Mhm.
And that's two of the most usual ways that your brain just starts to rebel and tell you, I've had enough.
Mhm.
Maybe you've just been on the computer too long and you're just
So you said
anyway.
nausea and
Nausea and dizziness.
dizziness.
Yep.
Okay.
Or something around is a little spinny, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, those are the 2 main ones.
Okay. Do we have another exercise that we're doing, or is that it?
That is it.
That is
That
it.
is the big one.
That is
Or the big
amazing.
2, I guess we would call
Yeah,
it.
pretty easy. So how often? And
I would say frequent but brief. So it's a very brief exercise. The more you can just kind of slot it in whenever you can. It's not something, when we've talked before, we've talked about, set alarms, take breaks, walk around, move around. Maybe you just can't. Maybe you're in the middle of a class online.
Mhm.
Well, great. You can still be listening and just getting your head out of your screen and getting your eyes moving,
Mhm.
different focal lengths moving around, and even just, I hate to say it, look at your screen and keep it there and move this way.
Yeah.
To at least, and you should find after doing that a little bit, you actually will feel like you're sitting up a little taller. It just happens. It's automatic.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way we're wired.
So everything we're doing is to affect our posture, and better posture allows better everything, blood flow, energy level.
Yep, absolutely. I would even take it one small step further, which may sound like a big leap further. If we're upregulating postural centers, we're upregulating everything.
Mm-hmm.
So everything's working a little better.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, should you get better oxygenation? Yeah. Should you have a little better alertness, awakeness? Absolutely.
Anybody who shouldn't do this? Is there any
I don't
contraindications?
think so.
No.
No,
Seems
not
pretty
really.
interesting. Okay, so there you go, guys. There's your homework for improving your posture and your energy levels and your eyesight after being on the computer for a long period of time. Thanks very much for tuning in. Check us out at my website, SusanneJ.com. Dr. Brian Smuk at sbshealth.com.
I think.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, go to my website. He's on there.
Yeah,
And go to my website and you'll get a link to him. And if you need a neurological chiropractor, if you are in the Burlington area, then Brian's the one to see for sure. Okay, so have a great day. Namaste.